Hey, so you want to get a demigod when leaderboards come out? Okay, so I was going to make a high roller guide on Warlock, and then this happened. Yeah, so we got hit with a pretty substantial nerf. You can still play the class, and you can make it work genuinely. You just gotta play a little bit differently. I would say that Curse Mastery is kind of mandatory now because you need it for the extra healing, and obviously Vampirism, same as before. It's still really, really good for PvE clearing. I would probably still recommend this class if you want to get as much AP as possible solo. It's just in PvP, you're gonna struggle a little bit. But I mean, hey, we're playing HR just to get AP. We're not looking for PvP, so I'd probably still say the class is great. For AP farming, anyway. Just a quick disclaimer before I kind of get into the guide. Ruins might be way better. You get 100 AP every time you go down a layer. Ruins has 3 layers right now. I don't know whether or not that's actually going to work like that, and you get 200 AP for going all the way down to Inferno, or if it just gives you 100 and that's it. If that's the case, Ruins might be better, and I might make a follow-up video when we find out more about that. This guide works for any class, pretty much. As long as you can clear the modules fast, then any class can do it. I just pick Warlock because it's very easy. They have some of the fastest clear with Hellfires and Flame Walks, and the constant healing is really nice. But you can do it on Bard or Cleric or any class really. If I were to recommend any other class if you wanted to do this, it would be Bard, because Shriek lets you clear mobs in like 2 to 3 hits, depending on how much gear you're taking in. So yeah, let's get into it. Jumping into Ice Caverns, you pretty much just want to hide for the entire time, other than clearing the first room you spawn in, and maybe 1 or 2 other ones adjacent. But for the most part, you want to move yourself into an optimal area so that not many players are going to be kind of coming by you. Other players should not be wanting to fight as well, but I mean, it's dark and darker. Anything can happen. You get a lot of people frothing at the mouth trying to kill you because fun PvP game. Which I agree with, it's fun to PvP. But we're looking for AP. We're not looking to fight, okay? Keep that in mind every time. Your brain switches off and you want to go in and fight. That's great. Do that in normals. Not HR. Alright? Maybe on a different character that you're not farming AP for. But listen. We want AP, okay? So we want to be moving towards the bottom part of the map. The best area is like Watchtower, Hut B, maybe even Cabin. Because you can clear the rooms pretty quickly and hide in a corner, and then when it gets towards where like 220 is when Abyss opens up, you can start clearing Hive around that time. Not exactly 220, I would say like start moving into Hive to start clearing it maybe at 4 minutes left, maybe 3 minutes. You can clear very quick, but you're still going to take a few minutes to do it. And it leaves you this big open area for you to either kite around other players if they decide to attack you, or you can just jump into the Abyss and boom, you're in the next map. You're safe. It's a very, very, very good way of getting as much AP as possible from killing mobs, looting maybe some of the big chests. If there are any lockpick ones in Hive or any of the others, don't bother. It's really, really not worth opening chests like for lockpicks. You're much better off saving them for Abyss. If you do end up spawning near the top part of the map, like Path A or 4 Route, maybe even Wolf Cave, you're gonna want to move out of there as soon as possible. Head down, take like less popular routes. You don't really want to be in any of these rooms. People are gonna come to you. They're gonna spawn rush you. You've got to get out of there, okay? Whenever I spawn top side of the map, I'm panicking. I'm like, oh shit, I've got to get out of here. I'm about to get fucked by some barbarian or something. So yeah, I head down as quick as you possibly can. One other thing is, you don't really want to be bottom left of the map. It's kind of a popular area. There's a spawn in Sanctum, there's a spawn in Maze, there's a spawn in Hut A. Like, all these different modules, there's spawns, and you're pretty much guaranteeing someone is going to spawn bottom left, and they're obviously going to head either Cave Swamp or Wolf Cave. They're always... That's where they'll go, for the most part. Very rarely will they head to the right to go to Hive. They will always head to Cave Swamp, Wolf Cave, head upwards maybe into Pyramid. That's like the general pathing of where people are kind of wanting to go. Okay, assuming you did all that, you got a little active on the mobs, you know, a little PvE action. You headed down to the hives, you know, cleared it all out. You went crazy mode on them, and then you've hopped into the abyss. Boom. Now, here comes the AP grind. Here's where you're getting the loot. Okay, we've done the mobs. Now we're doing the loot. Well, I mean, you'll still be clearing mobs in the ice abyss, but you'll be getting more loot for the most part now. So, the two absolute best spots for loot is the Imp Ritual Rooms in the bottom right, and the Charnel House? Charnel? I didn't even know it was called Charnel House. Charnel House in the top left. These modules both spawn multiple Lion's Head chests, or Golden chests. And now I would gravitate towards the Imp Ritual Rooms in the bottom right. Way better in terms of Lion's Head chest spawns. So, minimum, you will get 3 Lion's Head chests from the Imp Ritual Rooms, or Golden chest. Now, the reason why I say minimum is because every single large chest has a chance to spawn as a Lion's Head. And especially in the Imp Ritual Rooms, there's a lot of large chest spawns. I believe... Oh, my numbers are a bit wrong, okay? Listen, I go here often, but I don't write everything down. But I'm fairly sure there is at the very least somewhere around 4 or 5 big chest spawns outside of just the Lion's Head chest. And any one of those can be Lion's Heads. So you can get like easily 4 or 5 Lion's Heads in one room. It is absolutely a hot spot. It's so good. I don't think other people know too much about that either. For the most part, whenever I go there, I don't really see anyone there because it's a bit of an annoying room if you're not used to clearing harpies. It's got 2 harpy spawns in there, like in the same area, near where the bridge is. And it's also got imps as well. And imps are on their own, they're not too difficult, but if they're throwing their like bolts everywhere and they're lying on the ground and you're trying to clear them and the harpies, and you end up walking into one of those bolts, that is like almost sheer death, especially in High Roller, because you know nightmare mobs are funny. So, I would say, depending on your spawn, let's say you spawn in the Dividing Hill or the Reverse Pyramid, I would head east, instantly get to the Imp Ritual Rooms, start clearing them, maybe clear the Reverse Pyramid, it's not that difficult. If you're Warlock, you can just like start phantomizing if you mess up, or Flame Walk everywhere, Hellfire, it's not too difficult. As long as you're cursing everything, you'll still heal all your health back and you'll be fine. Yeah, I would head straight to the Imp Ritual Rooms, clear those, get as much loot as possible. Maybe clear the Dividing Hill room, so I have like an exit to like fall back to. It's very, very nice as a Warlock when you have portals up, because you can just book out, book away, phantomize, head to the portal, get out. If a player starts like coming up on your spot. After clearing Imp Ritual Rooms, I would head to the Staircase Hill, the left side of the room. Because underneath the whole staircase area, there is this walled off ice area, and inside is a Lion's Head chest, which can also be a gold chest. It's not too difficult to clear. You can clear the upper part. It's even decent to clear the upper part because of the demon there. He gives a decent amount of AP. He's a sub boss, but I've messed up a few times with the dogs. And it takes a little bit of time as well. So I end up just clearing that. Then I head up to the Death Pit. I kind of ignore that room. It can get very dicey with the Wendigo. You can cheese the Wendigo if you have a weapon that can obviously hit its heart. You can sit on top of the chest and the AI kind of bugs out. But again, it takes too long. I just head into Pillars. I either full clear that room if I'm going to be using the portals, but if I full clear Divining Hill, I actually head to the north end of it and I just walk past all the mobs, hugging the wall, and then I start clearing the Charnel House. And then I head back to Dividing Hill, or I head back to Pillars, and I take the portals and leave. So, if you spawn towards the top end of the map, so say in like Shallow Valley or Pillars, you can just head to Imp Ritual rooms regardless. You can skip a lot in Abyss, especially in the right side of the map. You can just kind of skip through everything. Say like you say you spawn in Pillars, you can head pretty much straight away to Death Pit without aggroing too much. You can head down through Staircase Hill as long as you don't go through the right side of the map. You only have to deal with the spider, and then boom, you're in Imp Ritual rooms, and you can start farming that. You can quick farm Charnel House if you spawn in Pillars or Shallow Valley. I would say it really is probably just worth going to Imp Ritual rooms as quick as you possibly can. It's such a good room, and you've got to watch out for, obviously, for other players, right? Like, if you spawn far away from Imp Ritual rooms, chances are another player already either spawned there or has cleared there, which kind of sucks. If that's the case, and you end up, like, seeing that Imp Ritual rooms is kind of cleared, back the fuck off and go clear Charnel House instead. You just have to take your loss, you know? Yeah, it really is that simple. Just grab Lion's Head chests, avoid players, kill mobs, get out. As for the kit, I really wouldn't take anything in for the most part. I would just squire kit up and then grab a couple of like purple weapons, maybe blue ones, just to hit that like 225 HR gatekeep. Don't know why that's a thing, but yeah. And yeah, just any class can do this for the most part. I prefer Warlock, but after the nerfs maybe might swap to something else, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So happy farming. Hey, if you're at this part, then thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed the guide and it was helpful. This is how I farmed Demigod last wipe for the most part. I did a duo with a friend, but you can very easily do it solo. And yeah, make sure to hit that bell, subscribe.